moves in Team BDS, but it's a BDS squad, Johnny, that hasn't looked as strong as we might have anticipated based on their performance in the qualifiers.
Oh yeah, not even close. You know, BDS looked vulnerable, and if Power's opening game against Gen.G yesterday's anything to go by, I would not be surprised if they win this one. You know, they really do have to just completely go all in aggressive. Banana Head has beaten Monkey Moon on LAN before. In fact, he swept him on LAN before. That was spring 2022. I'd love to see the Power Boys show up huge today and really throw another region into the mix. They're 1-1 already, but that's by beating their own region. So we need to see them do it against the EU as well.
All eyes on Banana Head here for Power with his record-tying performance yesterday. See if anybody else can kind of help him out. It is Torsos into the mix early.
Ooh.
Fever right there on the doorstep, but the door shut by Exotic as well. Lateral pass out. Torsos has that one blocked away by Monkey Moon, and Exotic will clear.
Yeah, I like the early signs of aggression here coming out of Power, though. They are not holding back on these wall reads, these 50-50s. They're definitely going for this one. We've got to play for the win against BDS. BDS, if there is a weakness for them, is they're getting stuck in defense. And sometimes be awkward. Nice overhead clear there by Fever. Had to really stretch up for that one. Likewise did Monkey Moon, and now Torsos has a free shot. It's not going to go in, but into the middle now for Banana Head. He's actually tested the goalie well. These are good passing plays by Power. It's a bit BDS under pressure.
Not exactly what Team BDS would have expected coming out of the gates. I mean, it is kind of easy to just kind of meme on OCE like, all right, well, they never beat anybody. Well, they've at least put up a fight here in the first minute and a half, and they've got BDS on the back foot. Fever got a big chunk of Monkey Moon, and Banana Head could not get the shot to go. Just a little bit too slow to it. Torsos, though, did grab that midfield boost ahead of Exotic. That hinders his efforts, and Torsos could win, but nobody else forward.
A nice beat by Jirali. That's going to put Banana Head under pressure. He's got to get up for this. He does. And it looks like he could read the late arrival of Jirali, so he took his time, got that ball safely into the corner. This is promising, though, for Power. They could definitely do it with a goal. But, oh, they're in trouble now. Jirali rattles across for Monkey Moon. Couldn't get there quickly enough to shoot it in. And the follow-up save does come through for Power. That was scary. Probably the scariest moment of the game so far. But they have held on 0-0.
Well, you'd back Jirali to score that as well. It's unfortunate for BDS that he came up just a little bit off. This Fever's got to bring that to the corner. He had Monkey Moon all over him. Got that past Jirali, though. And now Banana Head caught out, so Fever's got to bail him out, and he does.
This is where BDS do their best work, though, in that final third. They cut off interception, they cut off clears, they intercept passes, but now Power have broken free. Chance to the other end. They are trading blows with BDS, who have yet to really show their online form at this event. Yesterday, they lost to Gentlemates, a team that they have handled pretty easily online the last couple of meetings. But BDS not looking like themselves. Power could capitalize.
Shots are 6 apiece. And to no surprise, Banana Head's got 5 of them for Power. But nothing has gone through just yet. Monkey Moon catching that instead of letting it go to the corner. He hits a demo for his effort.
Oh,
and then Banana Head almost caught Exotic, who makes an acrobatic reflex save. And now here comes Jirali.
Yeah, good catch there by Jirali as well. Exotic could not get that ball clear by himself. Did well enough to just keep it out the back of the net. And like you mentioned, Banana Head has been active. He's been aggressive. He has seen a lot of the chances. Fever's been holding it down in defense for Power as well. OCE showing up so far against the EU 2 seed. There's not many times in recent history you could say that. Power, the top team coming out of OCE. Maybe the strongest team we've seen coming out of OCE in the open era.
You go back to maybe before kind of everything shut down as Monkey Moon is blocked by Fever. Opportunity for Jirali. Second touch drops right onto Torsos. And then Fever has that away from Exotic. It was a ground zero team with the likes of Amphis that looked like they might have been poised to kind of take that next step for OCE. And it just never came to pass because they then didn't get to play internationally. And it felt like OCE took major steps backwards. Now they are lunging at Team BDS. Banana Head was denied again. He's got 7 shots now, none of which that have gone through, but it's all that pressure. Torsos getting a second touch to try and set up a teammate. It's Fever who dumps it right back in. Team BDS might have to defend this entire last 30 seconds if Jirali can't do anything, and he can't.
Yeah, only Monkey Moon had boost for a second there. Exotic's backed off to grab 100 of his own. So impressed by the speed of this Power lineup. BDS have completely blitzed so many teams in Europe this split. Power have matched the man some, but now here comes Drally, Exotic bumping Tarsos. Tarsos with a huge save in a 1v2, and the counter-attack might be on for Power.
Oh, the closing seconds looking desperate for Power all of a sudden, but now we go to overtime. A scoreless regulation, though BDS, they had that numbers advantage at the end. You've got to convert those.
And now possession for Power from the half-flip kickoff, but BDS are all over them. They're closed the gap. Fever continuing to play a phenomenal third man role in this game. The amount of times he's collected the ball and gotten it past multiple BDS players. Continue to do work for Power. Oh, there's the miss though. Oh, it's a disastrous whiff for Power after such a solid game. It ends in travesty as Tarsos didn't get the ceiling read, ran out of boost, and Exotic was there to score the open net. 1-0, and yeah, BDS get the job done.
Right, and Drally had some really good looks. You had BDS as a whole certainly had maybe the higher quality of chances that they just did not finish. And again, at this stage, doesn't matter who you're facing, you've got to be able to finish.
Yeah.
BDS finally did on one that was gifted to them. So it's a win, you can feel good about it, but maybe not as good as if you had maybe dropped 4 goals in regulation.
Yeah, now Power are right back to a tie, obviously. Fresh start. But they need to be careful here not to let their foot off that accelerator at all. They need to keep going because it was the aggression, it was the fight for the midfield, it was the pace that they were able to keep up that I think gave them a good chance to the matchup. And now Monkey Moon breaks the deadlock early. BDS up by 1. Monkey Moon dusts Fever, nails the double. 1-0.
That's more like it. You get an opportunity above the net. I mean, Power wasn't really contesting many of those double tap efforts. It was more fortune that Drowley wasn't on target. Monkey Moon converts this time, and now Power's got to answer when they weren't able to score at all with the benefit of a short overtime. Torsos beaten there. Fever just rolled it up to Monkey Moon, and possession looking a little hairy here as Drowley's got an easy save. That lateral pass intercepted. Here comes BDS. Bang! Oh. Exotic, top left.
And it's just, again, too easy for BDS there. As Banana Head shoots straight at the goalie, Fever concedes possession, and poor Tarsos left alone at the back in a 1v2. And that shot was just too good. Top bins for Exotic. And that was just routine for BDS. Power need to make it more difficult than that.
And if more of those keep flowing in, all that optimism that Power and Oceania collectively had is going to go by the wayside. Drowley, floater, it's a little high, and Banana Head had to save it away. That one barred down and not cleaned up just yet, but Team BDS almost look like they're playing with their food at this point.
Yeah, it's just better for BDS than, you know, a bit of a messy performance yesterday against Gentlemates. I think they maybe took a bit of a warm-up day there by the looks of things, but now they look to be quite difficult to break down. Those opportunities which were popping up a lot for Power in Game 1 are now few and far between. As BDS start to just make that stand at the midfield. Here's Exotic, just blocked by Fever. He needs to be that third man for this Power squad. He needs to do so much in defense if we're going to let Banana Head run around rampant up front like he did in that first game.
And that is Banana Head's role too, but he's missed the save there. Falling into the net is Torsos to bail him out, but another one, Fever's got that one collected up by the backboard. I mean, Banana Head's got to be the guy who's running around getting demos, stealing boost in the BDS zone. Can't do that if he's stuck at the back end. Fever looking for Banana Head across the field. Was able to steal some, but again, nothing of any consequence. Drowley going low. Yeah, you talked about this kind of on the way here, Johnny, how, you know, yeah, BDS looked vulnerable coming into today, but they always have that ability to kind of flip the switch.
Yeah.
And a team like Power might have been a perfect opponent for them because there's a lot less pressure. They're not under as much duress, and they haven't been punished for their missed opportunities.
I mean, yeah, you're absolutely right. It's the same as what happened in the first event, first open qualifier of the season in Europe. BDS were swept in Swiss by Gentlemates, and then they made all the way into the semi-final anyway, went Game 7 of KC. So, you know, one day to the next, BDS can really change their tune. And they're looking good in this play as well. It's Exotic and Monkey Moon against Banana Head, and that proves to be too much of a mismatch. Exotic pushes it right behind the bump, which connected on the goalie.
Yeah, poor Banana Head getting a dose of his own medicine. He really is the only defender there. Fever's not going to get there in time. He gets knocked into the goal, the ball follows. And a 3-0 lead now for Team BDS after struggling to light the lamp at all in regulation of game 1. Torsos trying to get their first goal of the series, not gonna happen. And Drali has it out for Team BDS, who look to be in complete control in game 2.
And it's a good start for Europe on the A stream. It's also a good start for Europe on the B stream. Vitality taking game 1 against OG by 5-1. And game 2 is also going their way. I was about to tell you it's 2-1, but I just heard some French yelling, so I think it might actually be 3. Indeed it is, 3-1. It's very easy to tell when these guys score. They're not too far away from us.
Yeah, they are about, what, 10 feet away from us right now. It's crazy. Oh, Monkey Moon left it for Exotic, and Banana Head there with the save, and Power yet again forced into their own zone. They are just getting smothered by Team BDS. 13 shots for BDS, only 2 for Power, and another going in for Drali. Give him his first goal of the series, and it is pouring.
I think that's the second time this game that Power have just slammed the ball into the sidewall when no one is ready to follow up, and I mean, that's what happens. It's not a bad pass if you've got a teammate behind you ready to move into the play, but when your last man's doing it, when you're, disconnecting your players on the pitch, it's just not going to work. I mean, game 1, they had their chances. They didn't take them. Game 2, they haven't really had any chances, and BDS are clinical with theirs. This is a scary sight, not just for Power, but for the rest of the tournament as well, because if BDS do show up, we all know they are a contender to win this whole thing.
Yeah, this is the kind of confidence-building series that a team like BDS is going to rely on, as Exotic brings that all the way back. It's just, they're almost dribbling circles around Team Power right now. Exotic can't line up the double with Fever in the way, and the only drama left here on Forbidden Temple is what will the final score be. Banana Head finally breaks the shutout. It won't be a perfect sweep, but it's of little consolation right now for the Australians.
Well, they got 1, so that's something. And I'm curious to see if they actually go for some kind of kickoff goal here. They've had some sneaky strats. They could try and fake this and get a goal immediately. And they're not going to do that, so they might be saving those sneaky strats for next game. If they've decided that 3 goals in 18 seconds is probably going to be a bit too much to hope for. Yeah, they've got to clean it up in defense a little bit. The first game lost from a mistake, from an isolated last man running out of boost and missing a read off the ceiling. Second game lost by a whole host of mistakes as they conceded possession a bit too easily and really lost control of the game too early. BDS coasted to a 4-1 win. Analysts, I would put myself in there as well, honestly. You can't deny Monkey Moon's longevity. He has been at the top of Europe since the Open era began.
I mean, and a lot of these guys, you go back to the original BDS squad, I mean, they, both Extra and Monkey Moon at some point had kind of credited K.B as being part of their inspiration for pursuing all of this. And for Monkey Moon to surpass their GOAT is quite the accomplishment. Congratulations to him, and of course a 2-game lead, and maybe about to be 3, as they're off and running in game 3. Exotic kicks it off.
Oh, that's just a great play by Monkey Moon to get the ball straight into an open net position for Exotic. Just lobbing it over the last defender. Power had their initial challenge demoed out the position, which makes it really difficult for the third man. You've got to decide, do you dive and hope to get a touch, or do you go back and now you're in a 1v2? It's Exotic again. He's going to go off the crossbar to Monkey Moon, and it's 2-0. And it's just too simple for BDS, who are getting better and better with every passing game.
Just looks like a Harlem Globetrotters layup line. Nope, we'll throw it off the backboard. Defense can't do anything about it. And Monkey Moon, they just kind of decide at the last, all right, do you want it? Nah, you take it. 2-0.
And it's up to Power now to really try and get something out of this game. We always talk about how important the games are, the individual games in Swiss, but the more they press, the more they concede. Exotic makes it 3. This is starting to get ugly, as Power's game 1 hopes are a distant memory at this point. BDS are looking pretty scary all of a sudden. This is more like the online BDS we expected to show up in Copenhagen.
That sound you hear is CJ in the green room covering his eyes with his hand, saying, if I don't see it, it's not happening. But it is indeed happening. Power might get one here. Exotic kept that one out too. Boy, if you're not going to score there, are you ever going to? That is an incredible save, and it just prolongs the frustration for Team Power.
Yeah, that's tough. I mean, Exotic's done really well there to get a save, but man, you do want to see something for Power. You want to see some fight in them. You want to see any kind of close game. It's always a shame to see, you know, a promising start completely fizzle. And they're going to get one though, Banana Head with a nice slot across the goal. That was perfectly placed to get away from the goalkeeper. Well done with a lob pass, in fact. That's a great shot by Banana Head and a lot of time to work with. Do Power have it in them?
More of that, please, as Banana Head hits double-digit goals for the Swiss stage. Gonna need a lot more out of him, and frankly, he's gonna need some help. Exotic, indirect for himself. No, he let it go. And now Drowley just throws one up high. Banana Head's got it away. But the more they keep Banana Head at the back, the more confident BDS can feel, because again, not much gets done on the offensive end without Banana Head's fingerprints all over it. That somehow skips through, and then Drowley floats it home. Monkey Moon with the last touch. It was on its way in anyways, 4-1.
Well, everybody covered Monkey Moon on that play. Nobody played the ball, and Monkey Moon, with a bump on the last defender, actually ends up getting the goal anyway. BDS have not held back. I think after a slightly slower start in the early game, they just settled into this and realized, well, actually, I reckon we can just go all guns blazing and get a pretty good matchup for ourselves. Exotic demos 1, Drowley slots it for 5, and look at the time left. This could be an absolute blowout.
Second time we've seen BDS with that numbers advantage, and Exotic leading the way for Drowley this time. When it rains, it pours. It is torrential at this point for Team Power. They just cannot get out from under this massive weight put on them by Team BDS.
Yeah, I think with that last play by Exotic tells you just how comfortable BDS are feeling at this moment. They're just waiting for this round to be over so they could find out who their 2-1 match is going to be against later on today.
You know, it's got to be frustrating for Power too. I mean, we just saw them try the same kind of play, get a guy running downfield, can't actually get the bump, so the shot is blocked. And when BDS tries it, it works to perfection. Yeah. It has to be incredibly infuriating having all of that go against you. It feels like the universe is against you at that point.
Yeah, the bad news for Power is that going 0-3 here would put them at a -2 win-loss. And that's where we're headed. Exotic makes it 6. BDS cannot be stopped. As yeah, Power almost, I think they're all smiling to themselves a little bit here as they've realized their own fate. With 2 minutes and 16 seconds left to go in the game, almost half the game to go, and this one is about as good as over as you're ever going to see. You know, if you're looking at those teams who are in the 0-2 right now, who could be coming up to play against Power? I mean, it could be LG, Elevate, Pioneers. I can't be Pioneers, actually. They've already played Pioneers. Right. Limitless. You know, I think they would fancy their chances in those matchups. But if you're going to get one of those, you need to be higher up in the seeding. So they're going to be relying on G2 to sweep Rule 1, essentially, later on today. If you're an OCE fan, you're going to want G2 to sweep Rule 1, because that would keep Rule 1 below Power in the overall standings. And it would give Power a slightly easier matchup in the 4th round of Swiss. Complexity as well, you could really use, if you are an OCE Rocket League fan. You want KC to sweep Complexity, you want G2 to sweep Rule 1. I think that gives Power a matchup like a Luminosity Gaming or an Elevate instead of another one of the big teams.
And then from there, if you can get to round 5, which, you know, some of these OCE players, they take that the way things have gone. You at least give yourself a shot, and anything can happen in round 5. Torsos may add one here. Nope, of course not. Monkey Moon in the way. The only question now is, can BDS get a 7th goal here? They got plenty of time to do so, and they've had plenty of opportunities. 8 shots to just the 5 from Team Power as we hit the final minute, which seems like little more than a formality. Team BDS absolutely brought it today when there were a lot of question marks about, all right, what are the vibes like now with this team when things didn't go quite to plan yesterday? They've answered a lot of those questions now. Exotic almost added another. Nobody there to follow it up as Banana Head made the save.
Yeah, it was a good save as well. Banana Head trying to keep this at 6. working on those overall goal differential statistics, which is not a tiebreaker in the Swiss format, so don't worry about the 6-1 loss for Power, should it stay like this. And you know, while the third game on the B stream looks to be a bit closer than this one, which is eventually 7-1 for BDS, it is much the same. Vitality 1-0 up in that third game over OG, already 2-0 up in games. EU looking to go 6-0 at the start of day 2.
Meta question for you. Is that not the most tilting goal explosion to see on the other side?
It could be, although there's a few of them. You know, there's a few of them that are up there. I feel like for Power it might be at this point, the most tilting.
Yeah, they're sick of seeing balloons at this point. They will not see any more. 7-1, Brazil in the clincher for Team BDS. I spoke too soon. The BDS logo. 8-1. Team BDS are 2-1, as dominant as you could ask for.